What's up guys, welcome to this video. You're welcome to the Racers campus. In today's video, I'm going to be walking you through a step-by-step process on how to use one of my personal favorite online teaching tool called Google Classroom. Now, I'm a Cameroonian teacher, and over the years we have been using the traditional method of teaching, or what I like to call the face-to-face learning method. Distance learning thing wasn't really something that a lot of educators thought about, or it wasn't really a call for concern. It wasn't really a problem. Not until COVID-19 actually hit the world. That was when educators started seeing the importance of distance learning or distance teaching. And of course, with the fast rise of technology and all. In 2020, the government of Cameroon officially responded by pushing teachers to incorporate different online teaching techniques as part of a national strategy for educational digitalization in Cameroon. They actually provided free courses and free resources for teachers. The goal is to help teachers to gain the necessary ICT skills in order for them to easily adapt to this new distance learning reality. But the thing is, even with all these free resources that the government provides, a lot of teachers still shy away from learning these skills. And the reality is that most teachers kind of feel like this is an extra workload that is added to them. That is not the case, because I personally use digital tools to teach, and let me just tell you, learning how to use these tools is going to make your work so much easier. And that is why in this video, I'm going to be demonstrating to you exactly how I personally use tools like Google Classroom in order to make teaching fun, exciting, and most importantly, to make my work so much lighter. Another complaint a lot of teachers always have is the fact that they can't afford to buy laptops. So I'm going to be showing you how you can use this tool with your phone. So you don't necessarily need to have a laptop. You just need your mobile phone. All right, let's get right into
So
the
in this
video.
tutorial, we're going to be looking at how to install the app, create your class, invite students and teachers into your class, send notes to students, create and send assignments and quizzes to students, grade students exercises in your Google Classroom. We'll also be looking at how to organize your classes, how to send group and private messages to students, and how to use some very important features in Google Classroom. And not just that, we're also going to be looking at the students' own point of view, like how the students are going to be able to join your class, how they are going to be able to see the materials and assignment that you send to them, and of course how they can work on these exercises and assignments and then return it back to you so that you can grade and send back to them. So the first step is to install the app on your device. So we're going to go to Google Play Store, and on the search bar type in Google Classroom. This is the app, and just click install, and you're going to have the app installed in your device. Now, once the app is installed in your device, you're going to go ahead and click this open button, or just simply tap on the app to open it up, and then click get started. This information is not necessary, so click got it. And as you can see, I have one class already created. But since you're just starting, you're not going to see anything here. You're just going to see a black empty space. All right, now let's go ahead to see how you can actually create your first class. To create your class, click on this plus sign at the bottom right corner here. You're going to see these options. Click create class. Click on this box and then just click continue. It takes you here where you need to give a name to your class. Now, let's say I want to teach Form 2 chemistry class right here. So I'm going to write that as the name and then go now to section and room. So we can just skip that and then go directly to the subjects and then type in the subject we're going to be teaching. So once you're done, click the create button at the top right corner here. And there you have it. Your class has been created. Another way you can easily access your classes, let's say you've created multiple classes, is to simply click on these three lines right here and then go to classes. You'll be able to see all the classes you have created. So you can see I now have a total of 2 classes. To start working on any class, you can simply just click on it and it's going to open it up and you can start working on that class. To change the theme or the banner image of your Google classes, you cannot do that using the Google Classroom app. You can only change the banner image when you open up Google Classroom on your desktop or your laptop. But there's a way to go about this on your mobile phone, which is to use Google Chrome. So we're going to open up Google Chrome, and on the search bar type in anything. I'm just going to search for LinkedIn, and then come at the top here, click these three dots, and we're going to locate desktop site. When you turn that on, you can see it turns into a desktop site view. At the top right corner, you're going to see the Google's app launcher. Click on that and you can just search and locate Google Classroom. Now, when you click on Google Classroom, it's going to open up like this. And as you can see, this is exactly how my classes are looking like on desktop. So this is my Google Classroom on desktop site. From here, you can just locate the class you want to change the theme. So I'm going to choose this Form 2 Chemistry. Once it's opened up, you are going to see at the top right corner of the banner, you're going to see a small button which says Customize. Click on that Customize button. So at the bottom here, you can see different color options. You can go ahead and choose a preferred color for your banner if you like, but you can also go ahead and upload an image by clicking on this upload image, and you can grab an image from your I like to design my image using Canva. Now let's take a look at how to design your banner image on Canva. So go to Google and you can just go ahead and search the banner size. As you can see, it's 1600 by 400 pixels. So I'm going to come back to Canva and then just scroll and click on this more button, and then scroll again to the left, click for you, click on that, customize size, right? The width is 1600 and then the height 400. Make sure it's on pixels, and then click create new design. We can then go ahead and add some elements on our empty canvas. So I'm going to go to element at the bottom right here, and then on the search bar type in, I'm just going to type in chemistry lab equipment, and then I'm going to grab some elements from here. I'm going to be doing this a little bit fast, so you can just go and grab whatever element you like depending on the design you have in mind. So I'm going to grab some elements and place here, and I'm going to change this color, this banner color, to purple. So click and go to color and change this to, let's give it this, not really purple, let's give it this color. All right, now it's looking great. I'm going to go ahead and add some elements again. I'm going to add doodle. All right, so let's just make it cute. Since we're teaching Form 2 students, we're going to make this a little bit cute. Now, if you're new to Canva, it's pretty much easy. What I'm doing is I'm just going to the Elements tab and just searching whatever I can think of in the Elements section and just placing it here and then changing the color as well. Right, so place. Now, once I'm done, I can just go and download this as a PNG file. All right, now that I have this image in my phone, let's go back to our Chrome and let's continue from where we stopped, which is to upload our banner image. So what you're going to do is click this browse button, and it's going to take you to your gallery, and then you can just locate the image you just designed and downloaded, and then you upload it, and there you have it. Click this done button, and yeah, once it's refreshed, this is how it's looking like. Right, so this is the app, and this is how the banner image is now looking on the app. So that is how you can actually change the theme of your class. If in case at some point you decide to change some details of your class, like the name, the description, the subject, to do that, simply open up the class, and I'm going to go to settings at the top right here. When you click on that settings, it's going to take you here where you can easily change the name of your class, add some description about your class. You can also change the name of the subject. And another specific thing you can do is to work on the invite code. So right here, you'll be able to see the class code that you can easily copy and send to your students, and that's what they can use to join your class. And you can also reset the code by just simply clicking on that reset button, and it's going to change the code. Now, this reset code is particularly helpful if in case maybe your current class code was shared with too many students or too many people, and maybe you want to prevent unauthorized students or individuals from joining the class. Another case scenario can be the fact that if students are having trouble joining the class using a particular code, you can always reset it and give them a new code. One great thing to note is that when you reset a code, it's not going to affect the students who have already joined your class. Only incoming students are going to need the new code in order for them to join your class. Now, if you look right down, you're going to see the invite link option. This is another way you can easily invite students into your class. Simply click on the share button and you can copy this link, or maybe you can send through a WhatsApp group and you'll be able to share the link which student can click in order to join your class. Now, this is how students will be able to join your class. Now, first of all, they'll need to install the app as well on their mobile phone. And once they open up the app, this is what they're going to see. So first of all, they'll need to have access to the code. So there are two ways you can actually share the code. So the first way is you can send it through their WhatsApp, or maybe during your own class, you can just write the code on the chalkboard and ask the students to write the codes in their books. And when they get back home, they can go and click this join button, and it's going to take them here, and where it says class code, they're going to just place the code here and click join. Now let's take a look at how you can easily invite other teachers into your class to work with you, and also how you can easily invite students. So first step, we're going to open up the class we want to work on. Once that class is opened up, so at the bottom right corner, you're going to see people. Click on this people right here. Once that is opened up, you're going to see where it says teachers. So if you take a look, you're going to see I am the only teacher because I'm the one who created this class. So you can see my picture right here and my name. Now, to invite other teachers, click on this little person icon right here. It's going to take you here where you need to add in the email address of the teacher. So I'm going to go ahead and type in an email address. As you type, you're going to notice that the email address also appears down here. So click on the email address here and it's going to be added. Right, so it has been added. So we can go ahead and type in another email address of another teacher and add it as a recipient. So if in case you want to add multiple teachers, you can do that. And once you're done, click this invite button at the top right here. Once that is done, the teachers are going to receive an email notification asking them to join this class as a teacher. All they need to do is to just click the join button that they're going to see in the email notification, and they'll be able to join this class and start working on it just like you. Now, these are not real emails, so I'm not going to be sending this invite. So this is just for demonstration purposes. But once you send the invite, you're going to see all the names of the teachers appear below my own name. Now, if you look right here, you can see it says student, which means you can also invite students directly from here by clicking on this little icon, or just click on this invite button right here. And it takes you here where you can just enter the email address of the students, or you can just copy this class link and you share to the students and they'll be able to join. So let's say I want to invite students through the email address. So I'm going to do the exact same thing I did with teachers. Just enter the email address of the student, click as add recipient, and once they are added, you can just click invite, and there you have it. All the students you have invited, they're going to be listed down here. Across each student's name, you're going to see these three dots. When you click on that three dots, you can email student privately, and you can also remove a student from your class. Now, once a student is invited, this is the email they're going to receive. So they need to click this join class button and they will have access to the class. This is a class and this is a little picture icon of the student. They can click on the classwork right here and they'll be able to see all the assignment, the quiz, the materials that you sent. And then go to people and they'll be able to see the teachers right here and also their classmates. Now that you know how to create your class and also how to invite students and teachers in your classroom, let's go ahead to see how you can actually start teaching your students, like how to send notes, how to send study materials, maybe a video lesson, how to send an assignment, how to create quizzes, and also how to grade students directly in your Google Classroom. So we're going to start with the new announcement feature, which is found under the stream section. Now, immediately you open up your class, this is the first thing you're going to see. You can use this space to share important updates, notify students about maybe important activities in your classroom, also share reminders. Now, every time you share maybe an assignment, a study material, you create a quiz or anything like that, students are going to see the updates right here. So this is basically like a post section where it keeps students in the know about class happenings. I personally like to use this to update students about an upcoming topic that we're going to be learning, or maybe to remind them about a certain assignment that they need to submit, or maybe just to give them a quick tip or a quick reminder about a certain project that we are supposed to do, even remind them about maybe an upcoming PTA meeting. So it all depends on what information I want them to know. Now, for example, let's say I want to update my students about a certain topic I'm going to be teaching them this week. So I'm going to click on new announcement and it takes me here. Now, at the top here, you can see the name of my class, which is Form 2 Chemistry. Now, when I click on this Form 2 Chemistry, I can share this announcement, not just to this class alone, but I can share it to multiple classes. As you can see, I have just 2 classes that I've created. I can just click on this other box and select it as well, and then share this one announcement to all of the classes. So it basically means that all the students in Form 1 Chemistry and also all the students in Form 2 Chemistry are going to receive the exact same announcement. Another thing you're going to see is this all student button. When you click on that, you can actually select or choose which particular students are going to see this announcement, but I'm going to go for all students. So we're going to click on this box and then start writing. So basically, I am updating my students about a new upcoming topic we're going to be learning this coming week, and also notifying them about some helpful study materials I have uploaded that they can find in their classwork section. Now we're going to go into the classwork section in a bit. First, if you take a look at the bottom right here, you can see add attachment, which means that you can also add an attachment to your announcement, like add a link to a web page, to a YouTube video. You can also add a photo from your gallery. You can also go directly to your camera and take a photo or even record a video. You could also create a PDF directly from here. But I'm going to be adding a photo, so I'm going to click pick photo. When I click on that, it takes me directly to my gallery and I can just select the photo, and there you have it. The photo is inserted. Once you're done with your announcement, you just need to come at the top right corner here and click the create button. Once you do that, the students are all going to get an email notification like this, and they just need to click see details, and it's going to take them to their Google Classroom where they're going to see more details about the announcements. Under an announcement, you're going to see a little button which says add class comment. It basically means that both teachers and students can add a comment directly under an announcement. So let's say I want to add a comment under this announcement. I'm going to click on add class comment and then just type in my comments and send. There you have it. So when the student goes back to the classroom, they're going to see a comment under the announcement, and they can also reply or add their own comments. When I come back here, I'm going to see the additional comment under this announcement. Now, what if you don't want a particular student to add a comment under an announcement or maybe reply to a comment? So what you're going to do is to go under the people section where you're going to see the students, click on the 3 dots across the student's name, and you're going to see this mute option. So when you click on mute, as you can see, it says the students will not be able to add comments on any announcement or any work, but they can still submit their work, but other students will not be able to see it. So basically, they're going to be like a ghost student. This feature is particularly helpful if you have maybe a student who disturbs in class, or maybe who is rowdy and just basically ignores all rules and regulations. But you can always come back and unmute them if they're acting right. So come back and click on these 3 dots and click this unmute button and unmute them. Now, another quick tip I want to show you is the fact that you can actually schedule an announcement. Now, let's click on new announcement and let's create a completely new announcement. Now, instead of clicking the create button, click these 3 dots just beside, and then you're going to see this schedule option. Now, when you click on this schedule option, it's going to take you to where you can actually select the particular dates, right? When I click on that date, you can see I can navigate the different months and also select a date and click OK. And you can see it has selected that date. And right below, I can also select a particular time that I want to send this announcement. But I'm going to leave that as 11:59 p.m. and then click save. And then come at the top here and click save again. When I come here, you can see it's under the saved announcement option. When I click on that, you can see the scheduled announcement here. I can always click on that and reschedule it, but I'm going to leave it as that. So every time I schedule an announcement, it's going to add up to the saved announcement. Now, just beside the new announcement button, you're going to see this repost button. Now, when I click on repost, it takes me to all of my classes. What this means is I can grab an announcement from any of my classes and add it to this form 2 class as an announcement. So let's say I want to add this form 1 announcement to my form 2 class. So I'm going to click on that and this button shows up, and I'm going to click the create button, and it takes me to where I can go ahead and make some adjustment or edits on this announcement before clicking the create button. I can also choose to schedule it on a particular date and time, but I'm going to go ahead and click the create button. Now let's go to form 2. So this is the announcements. You can see the attachment. I have a YouTube video here, some other attachment, and this is my old announcements, right? So this is a recent announcement which I just copied. Now I'm going to click on this 3 dots and just delete it because I don't want it. So this is just for demonstration. So that is basically how you can easily copy an announcement from another class. We go now to the most important section of your classroom, which is this classwork section. Now, I call it the most important part because this is where you're going to be spending most of your time, because this is where you'll be able to send notes to students, send out study materials, assign workload to them, maybe create an assignment, a quiz, even grade students. Basically, this is the heart of your classroom. Now, let's see how we can actually share notes to students. But first, I always like to share things like the syllables, rules and regulations of the class, and other reference materials. To start, click on this plus sign at the bottom right corner, and then we're going to click material here. Now, the material section is basically where you can share information or even documents that students can always come back to for reference. For example, I like to share notes, syllables, maybe rules and regulations of the class, or any information that I know I would always want students to come back to for reference. Maybe diagrams, past exam questions. So those are the type of materials that you can post or share under the material section. Now, the first reference material I'm going to be sharing is the rules and regulations of the class. So I'm going to click on where it says material title and give a title. And then next, add in a description in the description box. I'm going to be adding an attachment of the rules and regulations since I have it in a Google Docs and I've saved it in my Google Drive. So I'm going to click add attachment, go to add from drive, and then just select the rules and regulations, which is this first one, and then click select. And there you have it. This is it here. Now let's tap and open it up. So click on that, and here you have, this is the document. It has the class rules and regulations. Now once that is done, let's go back and then click post. So there you have it. Under the classwork section, we now have one classwork that we have created. Now, when you go to the stream section, you're going to see the material we just created, which is a class rules and regulations. Remember, we said every time we create something, maybe a post, maybe an assignment, share a material, the update is going to show up under this stream section. So whenever students get into this class, they will immediately see all the updates about class activities happening in this class under the stream section. Now let's check out the students view. Now immediately they open up their classroom, you can see this is the update, which is the class rules and regulation right here under the stream section. All right, now let's click on that, and this is the document. They can just open it up and read. Now let's go back to our classwork and create another reference material. It's going to be the exact same steps. So I'm going to click on this plus sign and then go to material and then give the title of my material. This time I'm going to be sharing the syllables. Next, adding a description, And then we're going to go now to add attachment. I have a syllabus from my Google Drive. So I'm going to click add from Drive, and it takes me to my Google Drive, and I'm going to choose this Form 1 chemistry syllabus and add. I realized that I didn't have Form 2 syllabus in my Google Drive, so I'm going to click add attachment because I have it as a PDF stored in my phone. So I'm going to click upload file because it's a file, because it's in a PDF format. So I'm going to choose it right here. So as you can see, it's in the PDF format. I can just grab it from here, and then it's going to be uploaded like so. So let's click on that and let's see how it looks like. Now, another thing I want to show you is this little add topic button. The add topic section basically helps you to organize your classwork neatly. When I click on add topic, it takes me here, and as you can see, no topic is automatically selected, but we can create a new topic by clicking create new topic and then give a name to your topic. Now, topics are like folders where you can arrange or organize similar documents in one place. Personally, I like to organize the notes and other class activities of the same topic under one particular folder so that I don't get confused at any point. Plus, it's also very easy to retrieve them at any time. Alright, now once you give the name of your folder or your topic, click the add button. And then you can just select it, but it's automatically selected. So we're going to click the done button at the top. And the next thing to do is to click the post button, or if you like, you can schedule it so that students receive this update at a particular date and time. But I'm going to just post it. All right, so click post. So there you have it. You can see syllabus falls under the folder syllabus and class rules. But the thing is, class rules and regulations at the top there doesn't fall under the folder. That is because we did not add it under a topic, or we did not create a topic for it. But the thing is, I want my class rules and syllabus to be organized under the exact same folder. So I can just use my finger and drag these class rules inside this folder. And there you have it. It's going to be added under the syllabus and class rule folder. As simple as that. Alright, now that I've shared the syllabus and class rules, let's go ahead to start teaching the first lesson. So I'm going to click this plus sign, and this time I'm going to go again to material because I'm going to be sharing the reference material that I want my students to always get back to for this particular topic or lesson that I want to teach them. So I'm going to give a title, the periodic table, add a description, and then add an attachment. I'm going to add a photo. So I'm going to click pick photo and grab the photo from my gallery. Add another attachment, and I'm going to add a link. So insert link. I'm going to be adding the link of a digital storybook I created. So add the link here and click add. So this is the book. So I'm going to click on it. This is a book. This is how it's looking like. So this is just a storybook I created using Gemini.
Rachel and the periodic table. Rachel holds a strange paper full of letters and numbers and runs to Teacher Bell. Teacher, what is this? It looks so hard. Teacher Bell smiles. This is the periodic table, the alphabet of chemistry.
Now, if you want to learn how to create storybooks like this, I'm going to leave the link at the top right corner here, or you can check in the description box. Now, I'm going to be adding another attachment, but this time I'm going to be actually recording a video to add. Now, you cannot record a video of yourself teaching and upload here. So I'm going to click the record video option, and it opens up my camera.
Good afternoon,
and I can just
I hope
play
everyone is
the
doing
camera
great.
and record.
You're welcome
And
to this
if I make a
lesson.
mistake, all I need to do is to just stop the video and then click the retry option, and it's going to start all over, and then I can record properly again.
Good afternoon, students. I hope you're all doing great. You're welcome to this lesson. We're going to be starting with the periodic table, and what you're required to do is to learn and understand exactly what the periodic table is. You should be able to identify the periodic table and also understand the origin of the periodic table. I've provided some materials. You can go to your classwork section, go under the material section. You're going to find I've created a storybook which is also uploaded as part of the material. You can also find the image of the periodic table which you're required to draw in your notebooks. So that is an assignment. So you need to be able to
draw the periodic table in your notebook. So I'm going to be checking that first thing Friday morning. Now once you're done, stop the video and then you can go ahead and click the OK button, and then the video is going to be uploaded as part of an attachment. Next, we're going to create a folder. So I'm going to click on add topic, and then we're going to create a new folder, and this time let's give lesson, let's say first lesson. All right, and then the first lesson is periodic table, and then make sure the first lesson is selected and then click done. Then we're going to post it. So as you can see, we now have two folders, one for the first lesson and the second one for our syllables and class rule. All right, I'm going to quickly create another folder for a second lesson. As usual, we always have to start with sharing the reference material for that particular lesson. I always have to share a storybook. I just love storybooks. It makes the lesson fun. And then we create now a folder for this particular lesson, which is our second lesson. And then this time we're going to schedule it and then choose a particular date. I'm going to go for the month of October 24th, and then the time, then select PM, and then let's say 6 p.m. Let's put it at 0 and then click OK and save. Then save again. All right, now as you can see, we now have another folder which is for the second lesson we're going to be teaching the students. Now once you have your folders created and maybe at one point you decide to change the name of the folder, you can always rename them. So you can go to the folder and then click the three dots and you're going to see the rename topic. Click on rename and then you can just edit the name and click rename. So there you have it, the folder has been renamed. You can also do the exact same thing to the documents inside the folder. Click the three dots across the material you want to rename and then you're going to see edit. Click on edit and it takes you back here, and then you can just change the title, name, and then you click save. All right, now that I have my folders ready, what if I want them to appear chronologically? For example, let's say I want syllabus and class rules to appear first, and then topic 1 follows, and then we have topic 2. To organize your folders chronologically, all you need to do is use your finger and just drag and place them where you want to place them. For example, I'm going to just drag topic 2 and place it under topic 1 like so. So you can see that topic 1 comes at the top. I'm going to do the exact same thing for syllabus and class rules folder. I'm going to drag and place it right at the top like so. And there you have it. Syllabus and class rules folder is the first. All right, next, let's see how you can start giving assignments to your students in your Google Classroom. Again, you're going to go to your Classwork section and then click this plus sign at the bottom right corner. You're going to say assignment. Click on assignment. Next, you're going to write the assignment you want to give to the students. I'm going to ask the students to draw the periodic table in their notebook. And then I'm going to add a description which says they need to draw this periodic table in their notebook, and I will check first thing Friday morning. And then next, I'm going to add an attachment, and this time I'm going to click pick photo, and I'm going to grab a photo of the periodic table and add here, which the students can actually use as reference when drawing their own periodic table in their notebook. Now, under add attachment, you're going to see a small box which says 100 points. This is a grading option which comes with the assignments, quiz, and question feature in Google Classroom. So every time you create an assignment or you create a quiz or even ask a question, you have the option to grade them. So now that I'm creating an assignment, I'm going to click on this little box to grade my assignment. So when I click on that, it takes me to these grading options, and automatically you can see it is graded. And you have a section where you can actually add the score. If you take a look, you can see that on default, the mark or the grade for this assignment is 100. But you can always change that. Now, if you don't want to grade this assignment, just click on the ungraded option, and that assignment is not going to have any grade. Now, as you can see, instead of a mark assigned to this assignment, you can see it says set total points. If I decide to go back and grade this assignment, I can just click on that set total point and it takes me back to this grading options, and I'm going to choose graded, and I can just add the mark I want to assign for this assignment and then click done. Next, you can also set the due date for your assignment. So I'm going to click set due dates, and it takes me here where I can actually select the latest date I want this assignment to be submitted, and also the latest time I want the assignment to be submitted. So I can go ahead. I'm going to choose AM for now. So I want this assignment to be the latest time to be 7:30. So I'm going to click 0 and then click OK. So at September 26th at 7:30, that is the latest date and time this assignment has to be submitted. And if you take a look down, you can see another option which says close submissions after due date. So when I tick on this box, it means after this due date, no other submissions will be allowed, meaning the students will not be able to send their assignment after this set due date. So once that is selected, I'm going to click save. Now, this assignment is not really an assignment I want students to submit to me after they are done, because I want them to actually draw the periodic table in their notebook. So I don't necessarily need to close submission for this assignment. But this is just for demonstration purpose. If in case you are setting up an assignment that you want students to submit online after they are done, so that should be how you can actually close submission for the assignment. Right, next we can then go ahead and organize this assignment under a folder. So I'm going to click add topic. Instead of putting it inside the periodic table form of folder, I'm going to create a new topic or folder which is for periodic table assignment. So I'm going to type in periodic table assignment and then add that as a folder. So I want all my assignments and quizzes to go under this particular folder. Make sure the periodic table assignment folder is selected and then click done. Now, once everything is ready, you can go ahead and click the assign button at the top right here, or you can schedule it to be assigned for a later date. So click these 3 dots and then you're going to click the schedule option, and then you're going to choose your particular date and time and then click save. So we have already scheduled it. So once that is done, you can go ahead and click save, and then this assignment is going to be assigned to students on that particular day. So the students are going to receive a notification of this assignment on that date that you have set it. So as you can see, we now have another folder which says periodic table assignment with our first assignment under, which is to draw the periodic table. Now we can go ahead and rearrange this by just dragging it and placing it under the folder topic 1 periodic tables. Now, the next type of assignment or work exercise you can give to students in your Google Classroom is to create a quiz. To create a quiz, go to the Classwork section and click the plus sign at the bottom right corner, and you're going to see the quiz option right here. Where it says assignment title, you're going to go ahead and write in the question that you want to ask the students. And I'm going to go now to the description. You can just type in a description here, and then right below that you're going to see a little link which says blank quiz. When you click on that, it's going to automatically open up a Google Forms, which is where you're going to go ahead and start creating your quiz. We're going to start where it says blank quiz. So we're going to edit that, and I'm going to go ahead and type in the question I want to ask my students. And then right under, you're going to see a small box which says untitled question. So when you tap on this small box, it's going to open up fully, and then we can go ahead and write in or type in our first question. But since I'm asking the formula for elements, I'm going to go ahead and write in the first element here. And then on the right, we're going to go ahead and choose our answer type. You can click on this drop down arrow here, and then you can choose your answer type, but I'm going to leave that for short answer. Once you've selected your answer type, come down here, and then you're going to see this button which says required. Once you turn on this required button, it means the students cannot skip this question. They must answer the question before they can submit. So once we do that, I'm going to click this little duplicate icon right here. So we're going to click on this to duplicate this entire box. So you can see another box comes up with this same question right here. So you can go ahead and just edit it. So I'm going to go ahead and edit it and write a different element and then duplicate this again. Now remember that once you duplicate a box, it's going to carry the exact same format as the original. So I just need to edit just the elements, because every other thing is going to be the same, the answer type that I want, and of course the required button is already turned on. So I'm going to do that, and this is it. This is how it's looking like. Now I can just go ahead. One thing I forgot to do is to actually set the answer key. So I'm going to go ahead and set the answer key for each element. So I'm going to start with this first box. The first element is helium. Now once this box is opened up, if you take a look down, you're going to see the answer key button right here, a blue button down here. So when I click on this answer key, it automatically brings up these other features. You can see just below our question box or the helium elements, you can see there's a space which says add correct answer. So when I click on that, I can actually go ahead and type in the correct answer for this question. And the good thing is the students will not be able to see this answer. And I also have another option to add another correct answer, but I have just one correct answer. So next I'm going to come here and click mark all other answers incorrect, meaning the HE is the only correct answer for this particular question, which means that if the student writes any other answer except for HE, they're going to be marked incorrect automatically. On the far right corner here, you can see the small space which says points. Now this is where you can actually assign a mark for this question. So right now it's on 0. I can go ahead and just change that, and I'm going to give this 1. Now once that is done, you can go ahead and add an answer feedback if you want, but I'm going to just click the done button at the bottom right corner here, and then go now to the next element and add the answer key, and then continue again to the next one. Again, this would have been so much easier if I just added the answer key in the first ever question I created, so that all I needed to do was to just duplicate the question box and then I edit the answer, and that is it. But it's basically the exact same thing. Just go ahead and add in the answer key, add in the mark assigned, and there you have it. All right, so these are the questions that I've already created. Now we're going to click on this response button at the top right here. You're going to see a small link which says link to sheets. So click on that and then make sure the first one is selected, which is create a new spreadsheet, and then click create. Now if you take a look, it now says view in sheet instead of link in sheet. So we're going to click view in sheet here, and this is a spreadsheet that it has automatically created for us. So this basically means that every time a student responds or answers this quiz, the information is going to fill up inside this spreadsheet. And because I've added an answer key, the students are going to automatically get their score once they submit their response. So I don't need to go back and start marking them. So that's the automation that comes with Google Forms. All right, so once that is done, we're going to go back and click the publish button at the top right corner here, and it's going to open this up. So again, we're going to go ahead and click publish, and then let's go back to Google Classroom. So this is it here. So we have already created our quiz. As you can see, this is the question right here. So we can go ahead and set a due date as usual, which of course is the latest date and time we want the students to submit their response. And then we're going to make sure that we close the submission. And then we'll go down to add topic, and then we're going to add this to the periodic table assignment folder. Then once that is done, click assign, and there you have it. The quiz has been assigned to students. All right, now let's take a look at how the students are going to see this. All right, so right now I'm in the student view, and I'm viewing this as a student using the app. So once the student open up the classroom, on the stream section, immediately they're going to see this quiz. So as you can see, it appears at the top right here because this is a recent work or exercise I just sent to the students. So this is the latest update. They can also go to their classwork section, and on the periodic table assignment folder, they're going to see this quiz I just sent to them. So it's going to be at the top because this is a recent, again, this is a recent work I assigned to them. So once they open it up, they're going to see the attachment here, which is this, and then they can just click to open up the form, and then make sure to turn on this box which says record this email as their email, and then of course go ahead and answer the question by writing the answer, right? So as you can see, they're going to write the answer. Once they are done, they click this submit button, and once it's submitted, immediately they're going to be able to view their score. So they can just click view score, and they're going to see this is it. So you can see that it is marked already. And again, this is because I already set the answer key for this quiz, so that is why it's automatically marked. So this is a total marks that the student has. Now, what if you want to set multiple choice questions for your students? Go to your classwork section and then click the plus sign, and this time we're going to be using the question feature. So when you click on that, you can just go ahead again and type in your question that you want to ask the student, and then go to description and add in your description. And then at the bottom, right under description, you're going to see a section which says select question type. Now, when you click on this select question type, you're going to see there are two different options. One is for short answer and the other is for multiple choice questions. I'm going to go ahead and select multiple choice. So when I click on that, you're going to see it has turned to multiple choice. So next, you're going to tap on the box which says multiple choice, and it's going to open up the multiple choice answer option. And then you can just go ahead and tap and add in the answer, the different answer choices. So as you can see, every time you tap to add, another option box appears where you can go ahead and add more. Now, once that is done, click the save button at the top right corner here. And then we go now to the point section. We can go ahead and assign a point for this question. So click on where it says 100 points, and then we can go ahead and assign the score for this question. And then we go now to set due date, and then we can set a particular due date and time for this, and then we can go ahead and close the submission, and then go now to add topic, and we're going to add this topic to periodic table assignments. Click done, and then click the ask button at the top right corner here. Now, this is how the students are going to see the question you just assigned to them, and it appears at the top because it's a recent update. And they can also go to their classwork under periodic table assignment and then see it, and then open it up, and you can see it's a multiple choice question, and then they can just go ahead and tick the correct answer amongst the three answers that are listed here. And then once they do that, they can click the button which says turn in, and the question and the response is going to be submitted. There's also a private comment section at the bottom of every question where students can send private messages to their teachers, for example, if in case they don't understand the question that was sent. And we are back to the teacher's view. Now, another quick useful tip I want to show you under the classwork section is the reuse post feature. Now, when you click on this reuse post feature, it's going to take you to all of your classes where you can grab a post or an exercise from any class. Let's say, because right now I'm in Form 2, so I can grab an exercise from Form 1 class. So I can click on Form 1, and you can see all of the exercises here that I've already given before. So I can go ahead and grab a past question from Form 1 and then add it to this Form 2. So it takes me here, and I can just do some quick edits, and then I click the ask option. I promise you this tool comes in handy, especially if you teach the same class every single year. So you don't have to go back and start trying to create new questions or find new exercises to give your student. So this is very, very useful. To grade student assignment, you're going to open up your Google Classroom and go to your classwork section, and then you're going to locate the assignment, which in our case is under the periodic table assignment folder. And I'm going to just click on the assignment we want to grade. So when you open up the assignment, this is how it's going to look like. So you're going to see the number of students you have assigned this assignment to, which is all our students, since we have just 2 students. You're also going to see how many students have already turned in their assignment and how many have not yet turned in their assignment, but it has been assigned to them, right? So at the top right here, you're going to be able to see how many points this assignment carries. So for this assignment, it carries just 1 point. At the top here, you can also see the latest date students are expected to turn in their assignment. Now, all this is under the Student Answers tab. Now, when you go to this question tab, you'll be able to see the assignment and also all the class comments that students have sent on this assignment. Now, let's go back to Student Answer. And then we can just tap on any of the students. So let's tap on the student who has turned in their assignment and let's grade the student's assignment. So once we tap on the students, you can see it opens up their answers. If you take a look at the bottom, you can see a box which says grade and /1. Now the /1 means that this is the mark assigned to this assignment. So the mark assigned to this assignment is 1. Now to grade the students, just tap on the box and then you can write the mark. So if, for example, the student had it wrong, write 0. If they had it correct, write 1. Now another thing you can do is to leave a private comment to the student after you've already graded their assignment. So I'm going to tap on that box and then just write great job and then click the arrow button to send this comment. And then once that is on, come at the bottom right here and click the return button, and then you can click return, and there you have it. So the work has been returned to the students. You have already graded the students' work, and when you come back, you can see that you've graded 1 assignment. All right, now let's grade another assignment. I'm going to go back to my classwork section. This time I'm going to be grading a quiz. Now this is a quiz. I'm going to click to open it up. As you can see, it shows that we have sent this assignment to all of our students, which is just 2 of them, and all of them has turned in their assignment. So they've done the assignment already. Now I'm going to select this student's assignment to mark. Once it's opened up, you can see this is the attachment, which is the quiz. I'm going to click to open it up. Now, if you take a look, it just shows you the questions and no answers. So to be able to see the answers of the students, go to the top and click responses here. And when you take a look down, you're going to see scores. Now, if you take a look at it closely, you're going to see that it shows you all the email address of the students who have actually answered these questions or this quiz, and also the scores that they have, since the score is automated. Remember, when we were creating our quiz, we made sure we automated the grading. So as the students submitted, they automatically get their scores. If you also take a look at the site, you're going to see the time and date each student submitted their response. So grading students' quizzes in Google Classroom is one of the easiest things you can do, since this process is already automated. So all you need to do is come here and click the release scores button at the top here, and a little box is going to pop up like this, asking you which students you want to release their scores to. So I'm going to select all of them, obviously, and you can also leave a private message at the top before you actually send these messages or release the scores to each student. Now once you're ready to release the scores, just click on this button and there you have it. Now, this is the email the students are going to receive once the scores have been released. As you can see, it shows the mark that they have, and then they can go ahead and click this view button and they can see more details like how many they failed or how many they got right. Plus, they'll also be able to see the correct answers of the questions they got wrong. So again, grading a quiz in your Google Classroom is already half done for you once you automate the process. Now, when we come back to our Google Classroom, all you need to do is you can just go to each student and go to where it says grade and then just write down the grade, since you already know the grade each students have, all right, just to be able to see it in your Google Classroom.
So the video. So that is how you can easily use Google Classroom on your mobile phone to teach your students How easy was that, right? I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do not forget to hit that thumbs up button. And if you have any question, please let me know in the comment section, or let's go ahead to chat in the comment section. Let me know exactly how you've been able to use this tool to teach your students and how it's making teaching fun and exciting for you, or making your work lighter. I would love to know all about that. Do not forget to also hit that subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, and also share this video to those you know they are going to find some value out of this video. And yeah, see you in the next video.